Welcome back to Breslov campus. We'll be going into the idea of one of the explanations why you should travel to a tzaddik, why you should come close and come to a tzaddik. He explains, Rabbi Nachman, that there are in life, in the world, what's called lost items. You have lost items. We're talking obviously about spiritual items, which can also be reflected in physical items. You have lost items that belong to you, whether you lost them in this lifetime or in previous reincarnations. If that's the case, for example, previous reincarnations, so it's obvious that your mission, why you were sent back, is to collect all of these lost items. They're called avedot, things which rightfully belong to you. It could be expressed that a person has physical or mental or emotional sicknesses and deficiencies because he's lacking these lost items which belong to him, which are not making his puzzle complete. And when these pieces are added to himself, his picture is more complete, and the person is able to be fully developed, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. Something is missing from that person, and it's needed for him to reconnect. So this is a perspective of our mission in life, to collect our lost items, which rightfully belong to me, which without them I am considered incomplete, and this is why I was sent back to this world to find them. So now, it's a big job finding lost items, spiritual lost items. The masters of finding avedot, lost items, are the Tzaddikim. Tzaddikim are ones who earn the title of being Tzaddikim, and that they're constantly looking to come closer to Hashem with no boundaries, no limits. They go to the maximum, risking anything it takes to come close to Hashem. This is what makes them Tzaddikim as opposed to the average person, that they're willing to go all the way. If it requires suffering, difficulties, pain, they're willing to suffer and endure all of this in order to come closer to Hashem. By doing so, they tap into much higher levels, and the higher levels means that they also find their lost items. But because they succeed in going so deep in their digging, quote-unquote digging, they also, Rabbi Nachman teaches, come across other people's lost items. They also find other people's lost items. So in this sense, the tzaddikim, they have by them avedot. They have lost items of other people. Now there's a mitzvah in the Torah to do what's called hashavat aveda, to return lost items to their rightful owners. So the tzaddikim are more ready and willing to give back the spiritual lost items that they found belonging to other people, but they need a sign, an indication that the person is sincere in his wanting his lost items, and that his purpose is in order to be more complete, so he should come close to Hashem. So this is a thing that the tzaddik, he tests to see if a person is sincere in getting his lost items. This explains a difficulty involved in coming close to tzaddikim. When there are certain tzaddikim who can help you because they have information or they have spiritual energy which is belonging to you, it's your lost items, and they're ready to give it back to you, they have to test to see that you're sincere. And this is explanation of difficulties and obstacles that people have in coming close to the tzaddikim. The obstacles can range into actual everyday obstacles, like cancellation of tickets, of bookings, of trips being cancelled, or difficulties, physical difficulties, and also mental obstacles that people dissuade you. This person, he's not a tzaddik, and there's other tzaddikim, why do you have to go to this one? Why do you need this one? All types of obstacles like that are meant as a test to dissuade a person in order to see how determined and sincere he is in reconnecting to his lost items. If he passes these tests, that is sufficient proof for the tzaddik that this person is sincere and is wanting his lost items so that he can become more complete for the sake of coming closer to Hashem. And this is the idea, one idea why you need in your life, it's necessary to find tzaddikim. They have what rightfully belongs to you, and they're willing to give it back, but they need proof that you are sincere. And this is the difficulties in coming to find the tzaddikim, and actually, once you've located where they are, to actually come to them to get back your lost items.